Good evening, wrestling fans. Welcome to Evolution of Pro Wrestling. We are your hosts, Lewis, the Encyclopedia of Wrestling.
And I'm Jay, the Whiz Kid of Pro Wrestling.
Whoo! The great introduction. Fans, tonight's topic is going to be one phenomenal one.
Absolutely.
But before we get to that, I just want to point out that, for the record, Horror Show Extreme Rules completely sucked.
I agree.
I'm sorry. It completely sucked. I thought WWE could have taken advantage with this, and
turns out they didn't, though. It
it
didn't go as well as I thought it would go. You know, the way they hyped it up made it sound so good, and then, you know, once you actually seen the matches, it was bad.
No, it was definitely bad. It was,
like, don't get me wrong, there was probably two good matches. Other than that, the show was really bad. Like, it wasn't good whatsoever.
No, it was.
Hey, Grandma.
It was terrible. It was terrible. So,
right.
But let's get to our topic.
Let's do this.
In the WWE, in professional wrestling, many superstars make an impact in this business. But what happens if you put these superstars in a Hell in a Cell? Hey, Brian, what's up, brother? Nancy, welcome. Thank you.
I'm here, womanizer.
Jesus Christ. She said womanizer. So yes, the many people that have been in this business have done an absolute great impact. But imagine putting these 7 superstars in a Hell in a Cell match. The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Kurt Angle, and Triple H. Boom!
Wow. That's a big card right there. That would be a really
Yep, Brian already said Undertaker wins. He ain't trying to hear it. He's like, no, I got the Undertaker. I got the Undertaker.
Undertaker wins. He theoretically has his pick for Undertaker.
Which,
you know, you gotta respect.
No, I got it because he's an Undertaker.
Exactly.
You know, he's a fan. Undertaker is the phenom.
Undertaker,
you know what I mean? The man
Undertaker deserves that type of respect.
Of course he does. The man went 22 and 2.
22,
you know what I mean? The man, he's
before 22 and 2, he went 20 and 0. Before he got his streak broken and stuff like that. That's an absolute. Yeah, we're not gonna speak on.
We're not gonna speak on that.
The Roman Reigns part we could speak about because I feel like that was a right way and a perfect opponent to end the streak. But we're not gonna speak on that Brock Lesnar stuff. Anyway, I feel like he did, deserve that 22-0 streak because, like you said, he's the phenom, and I feel like that's basically the Undertaker's match, the Hell in a Cell match, because that's where it all started. That's where Undertaker threw mankind through the Hell in a through the Hell in a Cell and off the Hell in a Cell. So that's basically where it all started.
Okay, so let's go to a comment. Christopher Brown says last two standing in that match will be the Undertaker and Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson.
I feel different.
I don't know.
I feel different.
I don't know about that one. I would actually have to give it to Triple H.
Yeah, me too.
I would have to say The Rock, The Undertaker, and Triple H. And we also got Jessica Hoffman. Welcome, always a good fan. Undertaker and The Rock, last two standing. But if I have to say The Rock, ooh.
Okay. See now, look. I get her point here because The Rock is known for surviving those type of things. So like, if you were to see like a Stone Cold and The Rock match, you'll see that The Rock would probably get up from a Stone Cold Stunner, or he'll get up from like a Mr. Socko or something.
But what about Triple H?
Triple H? Hold on, let me finish.
They don't call him the Cerebral Assassin.
Of course
for
they don't
nothing.
call him, but let me.
The game.
Yeah, they don't call him the game for nothing. Yeah, exactly. They don't call him that stuff for nothing. But we're over here talking about The Rock, Undertaker, and Triple H. We can't forget the other.
Of course not.
Shawn Michaels.
No. See, but that's what I'm saying. Kurt Angle won a Hell in a Cell match for the WWE title. Well, he was champion, and he fought against Undertaker, Stone Cold, The Rock, Rikishi, great superstars, and he prevailed. So I'm not going to take that away from Kurt Angle. But then we're leaving out one other person, Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels, the icon, the showstopper,
right.
The main eventer. You know what I mean? This guy, you don't know what you were going to get out of him when he wrestled.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels was like one of those unpredictable type wrestlers. He was a confident wrestler too. Shawn Michaels was one of those type of guys that whatever he did and whatever he put his mind to, it would get done. So like if he was to go off the top rope, the move would become a success. So like Shawn Michaels, the Heartbreak Kid, Showstopper, Mr. WrestleMania, Mr. Main Eventer, they don't call him those things for nothing. He had to earn those names, and he earned those names with respect, and he earned those names because of everything he did for the business and for the ring.
Exactly. So it's pretty tough to call.
It is really tough to call.
We don't know who would win. And Brian obviously says the Undertaker because that's his guy.
But
I understand. Because listen, when you're so used to seeing a persona of the Undertaker, the man, like we've even heard it from superstars on TV stating, when I hear that song, when I see the Undertaker coming down that aisle at WrestleMania, they get goosebumps. They get the chills because the man is to me still a legend in the WWE.
I still feel like he's still, even though in reality he's 22-2, I still feel like he's 20-0. Like I still feel like Undertaker's final match was when he had that 20-0 match. Because I feel like, he was getting a little older when he fought Brock and Roman. So I feel like, to me, that doesn't really count. So I feel like he's still 20-0.
Well, listen. Undertaker would always be known as the Phenom. He would always be known as the man that no one can duplicate.
Never.
WrestleMania. No one can ever duplicate.
Never.
But like I said, that's what you guys... Hey, what's going on, Clifford? How you doing, sir? We have Stone Cold still in the mix. The Rattlesnake. The man is pretty much a lethal person when it comes to breaking the rules. And for those that are joining in, I just wanted to give you the topic of today is 7 superstars, all iconic superstars, but what happened if you would put them in one match in a Hell in a Cell? The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold, The Rock, Kurt Angle, and Triple H. Give us your feedback. Before we continue, please feel free to share our content. Bring your friends, your cousins, your sisters, whatever, your grandmothers, anyone that's a wrestling fan. Bring them in. Or just get them in the topic. With me and my son, we got you going. Okay, let's do it. Okay. All right, so back to the topic.
Let's go.
As they mentioned. Look at Christopher Brown says they don't call Triple H the Golden Shovel or Golden Sledgehammer. That's what I was just about to get to. That's what I was gonna get to. I feel like everybody. I feel like the most dangerous thing of that match, the most dangerous part of that match is when Triple H pulls out that sledgehammer. When Triple H pulls out the sledgehammer, that means automatic business. So you absolutely know for sure that when Triple H gets the sledgehammer, it's all about beating you on the head, basically, is what he does. He hits you in the head, all that. So yeah, I feel like that would absolutely be like an oh my god moment. Even at that, an oh my god moment when he pulls out the sledgehammer, because the crowd erupts when they see it. It's just crazy. Exactly.
And it looks small, but it's used dangerously, especially by Triple H.
Exactly.
And Triple H is probably the only person to use the sledgehammer in the WWE.
No. Ben Cliff, thank you, sir. Thank you for tuning in. Nah, man, 15 minutes is good. Watch that bare knuckle boxing event, man. I hope you enjoyed on YouTube. Just joining in the topic. Jose, what's up, brother? My boy Jose from New York City. Much blessings to you, brother. The topic is 7 superstars, 7 of the top superstars in the WWE ever. What would to happen if you were to put these 7 in the ring in a Hell in a Cell? You got Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold, The Rock, Kurt Angle, and Triple H. Justin Wayne, we got a newcomer inside. Sorry, sir. We usually book appointments for guests on the show. I do apologize, but you feel free to comment on this topic if you want to. So fans, this is what's going on. It's you got a Hell in a Cell. What would to happen if you were to mix guys from today in the Hell in a Cell with these superstars?
They wouldn't last.
Like say, put maybe an Undertaker and a Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins.
Okay.
And maybe The Rock.
See, that's what I'm saying.
Adam Cole.
You can't really compare nowadays because wrestling isn't the way it used to be. Like, you never see a chair shot to the back. You never see a ladder getting thrown at somebody. You never see someone going through a table like how they used to. I bet you in a Hell in a Cell, half of those things would have been done. There would have been chair shots. There would have been ladder shots. All of it. So there, you can't really compare. There's certain wrestlers that you can compare to these guys, but like the wrestlers now, I feel like some of them wouldn't be ready to get into a type of match, especially with those guys. And if we're talking all of them at their primes, I feel like nobody would
Brian is sticking by his boy. The Undertaker still wins that one too. He's a huge fan of The Undertaker.
I mean, but like you gotta give him credit for it. The Undertaker deserved it. The Undertaker's been wrestling for a long time.
Well, Ben Cliff says that The Undertaker will win this for him because he's got a dark and violent side to him that comes out when needed. Yes, and that's what happened with the Hell in a Cell match with Mankind, with Mick Foley.
See, that's what I'm saying. It's like that's the
that's what I'm saying. It's the Undertaker's match, but remember, Triple H won more matches than him.
Right. I mean, but okay, I get it. It depends on the matches, the amount of matches won, but like, who was deadlier in the match? You'll see Undertaker, you throw Rikishi off into a truck, or like you said, throw Mankind off of the cell and then through the cell. Him and Edge had a Hell in a Cell. Him and Randy Orton had a Hell in a Cell.
Even newcomer Justin Wayne James. Welcome, sir, to the show. We also got Mr. Victor Manuel saying great show. Thank you, sir. Muchas gracias. Even this guy Justin says 30 years exact. This man has been in the WWE.
Exactly. So
it's tough to say, who's gonna win.
But we're over here talking about.
Okay. Before you continue, Jay, I'm sorry. We actually got a comment from a newcomer, Jose Munoz. Says, now in my opinion, we have a different outcome to the way the business does it. We will make it a way compared to the way they will do it. Your son makes a great point. However, in my opinion, we will see each star have a moment of greatness, the rock bottom, the stunner, the pedigree, the Olympic slam, and etc. However, in my opinion, I believe that also I'm a huge HBK fan. I believe either Undertaker or Triple H will come out with victory. He has
a really good point.
That's a bold statement. That's a very bold statement.
So, like, I see where he's coming from because he's right. I feel like he said, they're all going to have, one of those WrestleMania moment type things. So, Rock is going to come out, with probably the people's elbow. And, Stone Cold is going to, hit the stunner. And then Shawn Michaels is going to make one of those miraculous super kicks where he kicks you and then falls to the ground. It would probably be a match like that. And we can't sleep on Kurt Angle because I remember the time where he suplexed Shane McMahon through like 3 glasses. That was a totally brutal match. If you haven't seen that match,
King of the Ring.
If you haven't seen that match with Shane McMahon and Kurt Angle,
these guys are brutal. Just because Kurt Angle's a little smaller than the other guys,
he's brutal.
He still can hold his own.
Man. He's a strong guy.
He's definitely a strong guy. The man, he's an actual Olympic gold medalist.
Exactly.
He with a broken freaking neck.
Exactly.
Like he says. But yeah, it's tough, man. And to
really
me,
tough.
I don't think any of these guys from today can ever compete with.
I feel like a Roman Reigns or a Seth Rollins or maybe a Bobby Lashley.
Oh man, I think we got a little battle going on here between Jose and Brian. Let's see. Brian says, taking nothing away from Triple H because he is great, hands down. But Taker is just a whole other level. Is just on a whole nother level. He could. Hold on. Come on. I just had this comment. What happened?
You just was reading it.
That's not good. Sorry, guys. I was just reading this comment. Okay. So yes, let's continue. All right. All right, so he says, not taking away from anything, but Taker is on a whole other level. He could be the dead man, the big evil, the American badass, the Punisher, or whoever. That man has skills and experience that no one can touch. Sorry, I'm biased. Undertaker. Whew, it's getting
See now, okay.
Getting harder.
I feel like there's two sides to this.
Of course there's two sides
and
to this.
I absolutely agree with you. Undertaker is on a whole nother level of wrestlers because you can never make another Undertaker. You can never, and Undertaker had a lot of gimmicks.
Jose.
He had a lot of gimmicks, and all of his gimmicks to me personally were great. Especially the way he used them. He would probably turn a bad gimmick into a good gimmick. But like, not sugarcoating nothing, but Undertaker's not necessarily untouchable either, because Undertaker can be beat, and I feel like his closest competition is Triple H, because he was the cerebral assassin. He was the game.
Yes.
So I feel
not taking anything away from Stone Cold or anybody else.
None of them. But
Triple
I still
H,
feel like Triple H was
his biggest threat.
Exactly, his biggest threat.
That's his biggest threat in the
feel
ring,
like,
because
there are.
Listen, you talk about the same man.
You
You talk about the same man that took a sledgehammer
Exactly.
and hit a coffin while The Rock was in that coffin. You know what I'm saying? So so say for an example, Justin Wayne James mentioned Ken Shamrock versus Matt Riddle.
Mm-hmm.
What if we would have put those two in a Hell in a Cell, or say maybe against The Rock and Shawn Michaels and Kurt Angle and Triple H?
I still feel like the outcome would be the same, except this time I feel like the two people that would be on their feet would probably be Shawn Michaels and Triple H, because Shawn Michaels, you know, he had that experience when he won his first Royal Rumble match, and you know, just Triple H just has that experience in general. Now The Rock, you know, I feel like he can get up too, but like, I still feel like if it was like to be in that specific type of match, then it would be between Shawn Michaels and Triple H. Just like we were talking about, Undertaker and Triple H are basically arch enemies in the ring. You know, they have respect for each other and like out of the ring, but when it comes to those two in the ring, I feel like Undertaker has officially got competition. And I'm not talking about bald Triple H. I'm talking about long hair Triple H.
Cerebral assassin.
That's when Triple H was dangerous. That's when Triple H was dangerous, and he was a serious threat to the people that he fought in the ring. Triple H with the long hair, Mr. Sledgehammer. He still carries a sledgehammer whenever he wrestles, but I still feel like long hair Triple H is the best Triple H, and that's the most dangerous Triple H.
Well, let's read this comment from Jose. It says, oh, wait a minute, disappeared. I'm sorry. Let's see here. Okay. Hold on a minute. We got a few comments actually. If we're talking about Prime, it's a tough decision. We all love Stone Cold. We all love The Rock. We love many. Stone Cold was just in another level. I respect The Undertaker. But I don't see him coming out with the win. Not with all these greats in their prime, all in the same ring, laughing out loud. Oof, that's I think you're trying to get Mr. Montalvo mad, man. Hey, even Mr. Freeman said it. They don't call Triple H the Game for no reason.
Exactly.
So, and Victor says, I go by the luchador name of Victor El Dragon Jr. The Undertaker is the Phenom. Triple H is my favorite wrestler of all time, but the Undertaker is a demigod. Anyone close would have been Triple H, Eddie Guerrero, and Chris Benoit.
Everybody's just going for Undertaker on this one.
Mm-hmm. And look at you, the Undisputed Era in Evolution. Oh, yeah. Absolutely in the Hell in a Cell. Now, let's say maybe you got a Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, if Dean Ambrose was in WWE, Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and Kurt Angle. Who will come out on top? With Kurt Angle, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H in their prime.
I gotta go with Triple H.
Okay.
I gotta go with Triple H.
All right. While you telling us that, guys, please feel free again to share our content all over your Facebook. Bring people in. Bring them into this topic. Let's talk wrestling. Bring in these wrestling fans. We love to talk wrestling. Me, my son, and my co-host. Just bring it on. We're ready.
Now back to this Triple H thing at hand. Now, see, this is what I'm saying. And we're not talking about Hunter Hearns Helmsley. We're talking about Triple H. When he got the name Triple H, that was when Triple H's career absolutely skyrocketed. That's
transcended,
when,
of course.
Exactly. He got the name the Cerebral Assassin, the game, the King of Kings, all that. So I feel like Triple H, with those men, he wouldn't win by a long shot. He wouldn't destroy all of them, but I feel like Triple H, he would pull out that sledgehammer and, he would use it in the way he normally does. So Triple H isn't really a sneaky guy, but no matter how hurt Triple H is, he will get up, and Triple H is that kind of guy to have the strength to get up, even if he's bleeding out, and he will still hit you with the sledgehammer. In some way, somehow, he'll hit you with the pedigree.
Before you go, you continue,
I'm finished.
Christopher Brown says, let me ask you something. Would the Hell in a Cell exist if it weren't for the character of The Undertaker? Hell in a Cell exists strictly for Mankind alone? Absolutely not. The Hell in a Cell would never exist.
That's what I'm saying. See, that's why I said Undertaker that's Undertaker's match. That's why I said that's Undertaker's match, because him and Mankind did that.
Brian's a clown. He says, let's have Dean Ambrose as John Moxley. It's different now. Put John Moxley in that match. It will be such much better, especially with Stone Cold. But I still go for Taker, not for now.
Of course he does.
Yes, Jose, you're right. Undertaker and Shawn Michaels were the first ones to ever have a Hell in a Cell match. So it's
so that means we gotta bring Shawn Michaels into this mix.
That's what I'm saying.
Now we were just talking about, because I get it. Triple H has more Hell in a Cell wins. Undertaker practically made the match with Mankind. But we also have to talk about Shawn Michaels, because, like you guys said, he was one of the first people to wrestle in a Hell in a Cell match. So I feel like if you was to put him at his prime in a Hell in a Cell match, he would probably do just as good as Undertaker and Triple H and Kurt Angle and, all the other wrestlers in that ring at their primes.
Exactly.
I feel like Shawn Michaels at his prime, like super blonde hair Shawn Michaels, he's dangerous. That Shawn Michaels is dangerous because, one, that Shawn Michaels was young, really young, and two, that Shawn Michaels was very fast. And once he hits you with a super kick, that's lights out. I feel like the younger you are, the stronger you are. You lose your touch a little bit once you get older, but I still feel like Shawn Michaels could have stood a chance just as much as the other wrestlers.
Of course.
I feel like if there wasn't a Triple H, Shawn Michaels would have been the next in line to be a threat to Undertaker. If you want me to be completely honest, I feel like if Triple H wasn't the guy who he was, Shawn Michaels could have been a threat to Undertaker. That's just me. I'm just being 100% straight up.
No, it's definitely something that you can never call, because it's like these are 7 icons. All icons in the ring, and some of them Hall of Famers. You know what I mean? Like, what are you gonna do with guys like this in the ring, and then shit, like a whole battle is going to ensue. Right. You know what I mean? So, what's next?
All right.
Who would you? Okay, say there was a choice, a fantasy warfare match that you can pick, Jaden. Who would you put in that match?
In a fantasy warfare.
In a Hell in a Cell.
From a fantasy warfare match?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. I have no idea. Who would you choose? You got me a little stumped on this question.
Yeah, it's a tough question.
Oh man,
it's a tough question.
You got me there.
Okay, so definitely the Undertaker, the creator of Hell in a Cell, for sure.
You can't forget about him.
Also, you got. I would put Triple H in that match too.
Okay.
Roman Reigns. I know I'm crazy for saying this, but the old Brock Lesnar.
You're not really crazy because he was a good wrestler.
Old Brock Lesnar. That's 4. Let's see. Sting in his prime. and Shawn Michaels. Oh, wait a minute. Here's one we got. Christopher Brown says, if you want to make a Hell in a Cell match with modern superstars, Lewis, Adam Cole, Seth Rollins, Daniel Bryan. Ooh, I didn't see the rest. What was it? Daniel Bryan, Cesaro, Kevin Owens, and Matt Riddle and Bobby Roode. Interesting.
That could have been a modern day match.
Oh man, Brian, you came up with a crazy one, man. Bruiser Brody, John Moxley, Stone Cold, The Undertaker as the American Badass, Triple H, and Kurt Angle, ECW. Now we got Victor coming out. He says, let's put it like this. If there wasn't no Undertaker, there wouldn't be a Bill Goldberg. That's a very good point.
See, okay, now you confused me on that. So
he said, let's put it like this. If there was no Undertaker, there wouldn't be a Bill Goldberg or Hogan. Hogan is the main reason for WrestleMania, but Undertaker became WrestleMania. Fantasy match, Finn Balor and Undertaker, Hell in a Cell retirement match. Good pick. Excellent pick. Alright. Jose wants to join too. I'm sorry, brother. We got to make an appointment to become a guest. I'm sorry. I know we boys, but we do need to. We need to do that. Jose says he's against that. Goldberg made his way in WCW. Of course he did.
He did work his way there.
He worked his way there in WCW.
Not gonna lie.
But an Undertaker he would never be.
Nobody will ever become another Undertaker. I feel like they also tried to do that with Kane. Back when Kane had the long hair.
I don't know how I forgot about that. Clifford said, let's add Kane, and what about The Fiend? What if you put The Fiend... That's a good question. What if you put The Fiend in that type of match in Hell in a Cell?
I would like to see him in Undertaker
with Undertaker in his prime.
Those two
Triple H in his prime.
Yeah.
And add a Roman Reigns to it. And Kane. And
I can imagine... imagine... And I have a perfect image of this. I can imagine that The Fiend is going to eat every single hit like how he did at Seth Rollins in that Hell in a Cell. And he's going to drive every single wrestler to their breaking point. To the point where they start smashing his face into the cell. Or they start giving him chair shots, throwing him through tables. Anything to keep him down. I bet you they're going to try to do that. Because just like we said when Jose was on the show last time. It's like him turning Super Saiyan for, all the Dragon Ball people. He's turning Super Saiyan because once you're a Super Saiyan, you practically can't feel any pain. You get blasted, anything like that. So I feel like that's his final form, the Fiend, because, he's absolutely unstoppable and he's scary. Like, he's an insane person.
Well, Brian would... we have Brian saying the Fiend versus Old School Kane with the full-blown mask, mouth covered.
I don't like that Kane. Oh, yeah, I like that Kane.
When Kane ever came out, that would be a brutal match. And then we got the Justin saying the Fiend versus the Demon King, Finn Balor.
That would be a nice match right there.
So we Jose says Goldberg, if I'm not mistaken, was undefeated in WCW, winning more than 200 matches. Now, if we add Sting, we talking a different caliber. Now, sir, let me just make one thing clear. I like Goldberg. Man, he was a major attraction in the ring. I don't think he was Hall of Fame worthy. I'm sorry, that's just my opinion.
Yeah, no, me neither.
Because you were only in the business a couple of years, so
he didn't make a big impact.
I'm sorry, you didn't make that much of an impact like Stone Cold or The Rock. He could have did better. But those matches in WCW, they weren't really good. Yes, he fought DDP, yes, he fought Sting, and a couple other top guys, but he wanted to come to WWE and be this big star, knowing the fact you got The Rock, Triple H, and Stone Cold. You're not doing that.
Yeah,
and The Undertaker. That's not going to happen.
Right. They were all in one era, too. So.
Hey, he is a Hall of Famer. I give him much respect. They called him... He had a hell of a spear. That's for sure.
Oh, yeah. I feel like he had the best spear.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Okay, wait a minute. Christopher Brown says, how about a fatal four-way in Hell in a Cell? Kane, Taker, Demon Balor, and The Fiend. What do you think?
Oh, man. I feel like the last two would be standing is Kane and The Fiend. Because back then, Kane, and I'm not talking about like bald Kane, not half mask Kane, full mask Kane. I feel like that was the best Kane, and that's when they were using Kane's character the best way they can possibly. Because back then, you know, Kane was a wrecking machine. He had the record at a point for getting the most Royal Rumble eliminations in one single match. So Kane was a big guy too. He was a really big guy. But The Fiend is an absolute beast. He is a monster and he's insane. So I feel like it would be neck and neck with those two. Like they would go at it, and it would be interesting to see.
Brian says Goldberg is not a wrestler, he's a bruiser. He had 4 or 5 moves. He had more intensity than most wrestlers, and I'll give him his credit for what he's accomplished. But after a while, that stuff gets watered down. Raise your hand if you ever seen Goldberg in a 45-minute match. I'll wait. Never. So I totally agree with you.
Yeah.
So yes, he did contribute to the business, but as I said, he is not Hall of Fame caliber. I'm sorry.
I got a fatal 4-way for you too.
Okay, let's finish off. Let's finish it strong.
All right. So what would you think if you were to see CM Punk, Shawn Michaels, Eddie Guerrero, and Seth Rollins in a Hell in a Cell? Who do you pick?
Eddie Guerrero.
Those 4. Eddie Guerrero.
Eddie Guerrero all the way.
Ooh, I've never seen Eddie Guerrero in one of those type of matches. Well, besides a ladder match, I've never seen him in one of those. Matches. But yes, I agree. He was a phenomenal athlete. I can't pick. It's too hard. I can't pick.
Okay, I got okay. Stay neutral.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay.
So
neutral.
I got one dream match before we go. I put this up as a topic of discussion, but I want to see. I want to see what you guys think. And Brian, you know these 2 tag teams.
Well, I guess everybody's going with you, Dad. Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, hey Eddie, man, Eddie, that's the man right there. Hell in a Cell, the Legion of Doom
What's your favorite team?
Against the Wild Samoans.
Oh yeah, you put that up as a post.
Exactly. Who would win that match in a Hell in a Cell?
Who do you got?
I'll wait.
Who do you got, Dad?
Shit, that's tough.
I mean, I know the Legion of Doom is your favorite tag team, I'm pretty sure. But I got
Whoa! Brian said the Legion of Doom. Holy cow!
Hold on. I can't pick. Like, I'm not really an old school person.
I was surprised. Wow. And Justin said Alpha and Sika.
I gotta agree. I go with the Legion of Doom.
Wow.
I gotta go with
Christopher Brown says the Wild Samoans.
I can't pick. It's either the Legion of Doom or the Wild Samoans.
Because it's two great tag teams.
The Wild Samoans, you know, the Samoan bloodline
from the Iona family.
Exactly.
Roman Reigns' father.
Exactly. The Iona family, you know, with those body slams, those Samoan drops off the top rope. But you know, the Legion of Doom had the Doomsday device, and that was probably one of the most dominant double team finishers of all times, and those guys were absolutely phenomenal when they put their heads together. Even when it was like a tag team, when you had to tag your teammate in, it was great. Like you would see both of them in a singles match, and it would absolutely be an amazing match. So I really have no idea. I have no idea. No, I'm not really an old school person, but I have no idea.
No, it's a tough call.
It is really a tough call,
man. You know, it's what are we
kind of hard to.
What are you gonna do?
Kind of hard to judge.
So, but Jaden, this brings us to the end of our topic, and now it's time to say goodbye to all my wrestling fans. Thank you, fans, for joining us. As always, we appreciate you. The way you come in and enjoy this topic with us. It's amazing how we can come together in this time of need and have this little discussion of wrestling. Before I continue, I'm going to just read this last comment of Brian. Taking nothing away from the Samoan dynasty, which is one of the most phenomenal wrestling families, but LOD will overpower them completely. I plead the fifth. I'm going to leave it at that.
So did I. Yeah.
So, as always, fans, thank you for joining us. Please follow us in our social media of Legion of Doom. All right, now I'm out bedtime. Okay, thank you, Nancy, for watching. Thank you, fans, for watching. Please feel free to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, and Twitter, and now TikTok.
Yep.
And then please feel free to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Evolution of Pro Wrestling.
Right there on my shirt.
Victor said one day you will may be my commentary. Hey, I'm ready. You let me know, man. I got the voice. I could do it. So.
Oh, what a rush!
And next week's topic, Jaden. I know Brian's gonna love this one.
He's gonna love this one.
Oh,
You already know he's gonna tune in for this one.
Next week's topic: the history of the Undertaker. We're going to take you back to when The Undertaker first started in professional wrestling and how he got his way into the WWE and how he just pretty much began a massive rampage in the WWE.
How The Undertaker became
and
Undertaker.
see, we could tell Brian likes it because he said shit.
Yep.
So
word in the whole
he
wide
said,
world.
okay, yeah. See, I told you he was going to like it. So, and we are going to talk about dream matches with The Undertaker. Matches from WrestleMania. Matches from SummerSlam. Which means, more than likely, next week's topic will be going an hour long. So, thank you, fans, for watching. Tune in next week with the Encyclopedia of Pro Wrestling, Mr. Louis Bosa.
And the whiz kid of pro wrestling, Jay.
Thank you, fans, for joining us. We will see you on Monday night for the interactive watch party match.